Hey, Star Wars action figure collectors, this is Darth Phoenix 619 coming at you with another review, and this time I have Princess Leia Organa from the Star Wars Shadows of the Empire issue number 5 comic pack from the 2008 Legacy Collection. The review prior to this one was of the other figure that is found in this pack, Prince Xizor, so please make sure you check that one out if you want to get a closer look at the packaging. I am going to show the packaging very briefly. Let me just move this Leia out to the side. So here it is again. Shadows of the Empire, issue number 5, Legacy Collection, some other figures. Comic packs in the wave. There's a product shot. I'll give you a side view there. And a little synopsis if you like to pause and read. But if you want more of a detailed look at this, check out the review prior to this one. I'll also show off the comic book a bit. So, yeah, Princess Leia. An okay figure. I mean, she's not the best Leia, and of all the Leias in my collection, she's probably the worst one. I mean, it's not a horrible figure, but I definitely understand why this comic pack does tend to go for a very reasonable, if not dirt cheap price online. Definitely recommend getting the pack though, because it may end up costing you the same if you pick up Prince Xizor, the highlight of the pack, loose by himself. So, I mean, the facial sculpt is I mean, on the packaging, which I didn't show, this part, the portraits, I mean, wow, that's fantastic. I may just end up keeping this because I think that's just a great image of Leia. But, yeah, not so much the facial sculpt. We're not seeing that Leia there. Decent. I mean, I've seen worse. The hair looks okay, though. You got this really cool accessory here. I mean, it's not removable or anything, but nicely sculpted in there. And she's got this dark baby blue type outfit, which for the most part looks okay. Kind of dull. I mean, that may not be the figure's fault. I mean, this is the way it looks like in the comics, so it's accurate, but just, I mean, it is what it is. She's got these long sleeve gloves. Still have the pistol there with the elastic. Unique looking weapon with some silver paint apps, so not too bad. But it's just, yeah, I mean, the facial sculpt. Get a closer look at that. Just not great. And then she has this cool looking thing here that's just very annoying. It keeps falling off. It's kind of like a shawl or something that, you clip these parts here onto your arm, but very loose. I mean, not loose, but just very stretched out, so they don't stay on her arm very well. Only, I mean, if you're playing with the figure, they won't stay on very well. If you have it displayed, it'll stay on. But, just clip this to her arm or wrist or whatever, and there it is. It's an interesting accessory, which I've never seen before. But, kind of works, I guess, if you lift it up a bit. I mean, it's unique. It's a very unique design, so you've got to give some props to Hasbro for kind of, coming up with this idea. But like I said, it'll fall off, and, that doesn't look very appealing to the eyes, but it is what it is. The articulation's okay. You've got this ball-jointed head, which is very tight. At least mine is. She has a choker, it seems like. But it's very limited due to the hair sculpt. There's not much movement going on. You got ball hinge shoulders here. No articulation on the elbows. So those are just straight out. You do have some swivel wrists. You do have a hinge here at the upper torso. You got swivel at the hips, ball hinge knees, and ball hinged ankles. But of course, you does suffer from that one syndrome I like to call different paint apps on the joint syndrome. It's blue. It's not flesh tone, which, I mean, it's not too noticeable, but even when it's, not being articulated in any way, you can still kind of see the blue there. And there's some bleeding paint scuffs there. So, articulation is not horrible, I guess. It's just what really bothers me is those elbows. Kind of reminds me of Darth Talon. They just kind of stick out. And there you can see there on the joint, there's some blue right there. So, I mean, I guess if you can find it for super cheap, I'd say go for it. Or just get the compact as a whole, and just another Leia to add to your Expanded Universe collection, I guess. But yeah, I mean, not something I think is really necessary, to pick up loose unless you're a big Leia fan. So there you guys go. Hope you've enjoyed this review. And until next time, you guys, may the Force be with you.